Hey guys, it's BlackRB123 Ryan here, back with another unwrapping video. Well, I guess this is technically a half unwrapping video since one of these is already out, but today we are looking at both volumes that have been released for the Lackadaisy comics by Tracy J. Butler. So I'm sure most of you know what Lackadaisy is, at least those of you that are into indie animation. I saw it a while back, but I didn't get into it until recently, which is why I ended up buying these. Although, come to find out, Lackadaisy was actually originally an online webtoon, and then those comics were then adapted into these books right here. And they were actually originally developed to help fund the cartoon that's being produced currently. Now, I wish I'd known that before I bought these books, because these are still available on the Lackadaisy website, and all profit from that goes to help fund the show. But because I didn't know that, I bought these off Amazon actually, and I'm suspecting that a smaller percentage actually goes to Tracy J. Butler when you factor in all the middlemen involved. Although granted, if you do want to order these off of Amazon like I did, I wouldn't feel too bad because the crew's already raised over $2 million from their original $125,000 goal for the season. Alright, so starting out with the first volume here, you can clearly see it's already unwrapped. It's just because I couldn't resist. I had to see what was inside, and I honestly wasn't disappointed. Like, this is a very good comic series. Although granted, if you think it's a cutesy-wootsy story about cats and prohibition, you're probably going to be misled. Like, the story, I would say, is less than wholesome, if that makes sense. Alright, now taking a look at the cover itself. Here it says Lackadaisy Volume 1. This text is slightly embossed, but also not so much. Down there it says Tracy J. Butler. Here's the sign. Here's the side. And then here's the back. Got that picture of Rocky burning down the pig farmer barn. Although this is interesting to look at because the comic itself is in kind of black and white, and this is a full color illustration. So down there, apparently retailed for 25 bucks. And one thing that's pretty obvious is these volumes are pretty big. Like, here's my hand for comparison. Although if you want a more accurate measurement, both these are 10 and 5/16 by 11.5 inches. So very large print for a book. As for the front cover itself, obviously you got Rocky playing the violin. And I do like the image a lot, although one thing I will mention is there's a translation available. I believe it was in Italian, and their cover for the first volume I find a little more visually interesting. Alright, and before I open this up, I'm gonna take the dust jacket off to show you what's underneath. And this is a very fancy book. The front is gold foil stamping, and you have the outline for the Lackadaisy pen. And this is completely bound in a red cloth. Very fancy and bougie feel. And underneath the dust jacket itself, you get a series of pictures of the different characters. I'm not sure if these directly tie into the story, but it's also kind of nice, I guess, set of murals and motifs to explain what exactly each character is about and a little bit of their history. Not going to go over every single image here, but I'm sure you can pause and check it out if you want. Alright, and inside you got surprisingly no price tag on the inside flap, but you got white end papers. Here's the copyright page for those who care. See there, it says first edition, August 2023. Just for those of you who want to know when this was actually released. Here's the volume 1. Then here's a quick sample of what exactly the art style looks like and what exactly we have going on. And the story itself, at least for the first volume, clocks in at 72 pages. And then here we get a sketchbook, and this is actually pretty cool because you get to see all the production designs for the characters. You get notes on each of their development and how Tracy Butler came up with each. And then down here you got early development comics, and here's a section for the mini comics. I'm sure if you browsed Lackadaisy's YouTube channel, you would see these dubbed in a visual novel style. And I don't know if it's confirmed if they're actually canon or not, but regardless, I think they're pretty fun to look at. And then here's an art section. Yeah, this is also fun to look at because, you know, compared to the black and white look of the comic, these are in full color. And yeah, and one takeaway I immediately took, and I'm sure a lot of you also took, is this book both these books are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Tracy J. Butler, you honestly deserve a round of applause because your illustrations and story are just amazing. Also, one thing I really do hate myself for is when I was reading this, I fell asleep with the book open, and look at that. The binding is separated from the cover, and yeah, I really disappointed me because I wanted to keep these as nice as possible, and I even debated keeping volume 2 sealed. But yeah, just be aware, just because these are nice books, it doesn't mean they're invincible, and take good care of them. Also, for those of you who haven't read the comics and are just interested in the cartoon series, I actually would recommend reading the comics because, at least as of now, the events of the pilot take place after the first volume, and I can't speak for the second volume because I haven't read it, but the comics do reveal a lot of character details and plot details that come up that if you haven't read these, probably come off as a little bit confusing. So yeah, I would definitely recommend reading the comics. All right, and here we have volume 2. Now one thing I want to point out is the thickness is definitely noticeable. I'm guessing, at least I'm hoping it's because this has more plot in it, but it could also just be because there's more art involved. And on the front cover, you can see it's Mitzi May instead of Rocky this time. It's also a noticeable contrast between the blue of the first volume and the green of the second one. Here's the side, same deal, Tracy J. Butler, Lackadaisy Volume 2. Then on the back we have, in my opinion, much more visually interesting art. I feel like one could also argue that this art style took heavy inspiration from fantasy art. And there, this apparently retailed for $35, a bit more expensive. All right, now to actually do the unwrapping part. I'm gonna do my best to score my knife and not tear up the pages. All right, now that that's out, one thing I forgot to mention is both these books do not feel cheap at all. Like, these covers have a high quality gloss finish, and the paper doesn't feel cheap at all. Now, taking the jacket off, guessing it's going to be the same kind of deal. Yeah, I've got gold foil stamping. To the side. Then, again, the Lackadaisy pin symbol on the back. See, again, got no dust jacket price, but here's the gallery, and it looks like it's the same set of pictures from the first volume. All right, taking a look inside, same deal, white end papers. Also, as I'm opening this, I don't know if you can hear the cracking of the spine. Again, Gonna try to keep that to a minimum because I really do want to try to keep this one nice. Copyright. Interesting, it was 2024 that this one was released. Alright, and yeah, it looks like it's the same sort of black and white style. So much crinkling. And yeah, it looks like this does have quite a bit more story than the first volume. And is it just me, or does the art look a bit higher quality than the first volume? Alright, so there is an end, and it looks like the comic caps out at 155. Alright, then these look like, these kind of look like either tutorials for how to draw the characters or just further analysis on their design. Got an art gallery. Guess that's a bit of a teaser for the pilot. Yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. Also, I think it was confirmed that there is enough content for them to release a volume 3. Whether or not there's actually one in production, I believe remains a mystery. If I were to guess, I'm going to say that volume 3 won't happen, and the primary medium for storytelling is just going to be the indie cartoon. Alright, so that was my unwrapping of the first 2 Lackadaisy volumes. I loved the first one, can't wait to read the second one. If you guys want to buy these, they're actually not that expensive. Like I bought both at the same time, and it only cost me $40, maybe a little under $40. Obviously you got to work in tax and shipping, but yeah, for something of this high quality, it's surprisingly inexpensive. But that's gonna be it for this video, so see you guys next time.